Hi, we're going to walk through how to use Smore to create newsletters for your students or that you can have your students create for you. And so your first step is to go to smore.com and create your account. And then once you log in, you can see on your first home screen is telling you can design your newsletter, share it around, and then see results. But right up at the top is most important right now. And so we're going to click on the orange button that says start a newsletter. And so once we click on start a newsletter, we can see that it has some templates. So we can choose to start from scratch. We can also use a weekly update, a class, event, other for sale or business. And I think for right now, I'm going to choose class. And so then it's going to walk you through. Smore is very intuitive and very user-friendly. And so as we're doing this, it's going to walk us through exactly what we need to do. So the first thing that we have to do, and you can go back at any point in time and edit and revise. And so I'm going to call this coaching sessions. I don't need a subtitle. I'm going to click on done. And so you can see after I've typed that, it still keeps a box that says add subtitle. That will go away. And I can also go up into the top right and click on edit to edit anything. Okay. The next piece of this is going to be this next box. And so when I click on this, I'm going to change the title to okay, so you can't delete, but you can just retype. I'm going to change this to technology coaching sessions available. And from here, you can just type in, and you can include links. You can include different formatting options. Join any of the coaches for support in different areas of technology. Great. I'm going to click on done. So we can also add a picture or we can drag one in. So if I click on add picture, it's going to bring up my desktop to do that. So if you have a picture ready to go, otherwise you can just drag one in. I don't have one set. Again, up at the top right, there is the edit button, and then there's also an X. So you could completely get rid of this section if you didn't like it anymore. And you can also flip it, what this is going to look like. So by clicking on the arrows, it gives you 3 different options for what that might look like. And then this second part, again, it's just walking you through what could this look like. And so you can choose to add more stuff in by embedding some audio, video of maybe you are welcoming your class to this new digital online learning and you want to create a video to throw on here. And so I'm going to have video, and from here you already have to have your video pre-made and just dump the link in and it will be supported. You can embed links, forms, audio, and events. If we wanted to look at your designs, it's right here. And pause, go back. Sorry. So you can see it saved the little bit that I had done already. And so over here, I can choose different backgrounds. I'm just going to leave it the way it is. We can choose our different color schemes. We can choose our fonts and design. So if you want to change, let's change that. Okay. And so when we're done editing, we're just going to click on done editing our newsletter. And from there, we're going to wait just a second. And it's going to take you to a new screen. And when it takes you to that new screen, you are going to be able to copy the link and embed it in social media. So if you're throwing it out on Facebook or Pinterest or wherever you're putting it, you can find it there. You can share it via email. You could copy the link onto Google Classroom. Over on the right-hand side, you will see this is what it looks like right now. This is our newsletter. So on the right-hand side, you can edit your newsletter. So it takes you back to that screen we were just at where you can add and edit. You could print or download as a PDF. You can show you can see how many visitors there are. There's also the newsletter or the link to the newsletter and then newsletter settings. So if we bring up those newsletter settings, we're going to be able to see, do we want to include social buttons? Do we want this private or public? And do we want to add in a contact you button? And then you can choose to save. Up at the top, so that's just how to create basically in a nutshell. Up at the top, we have our Educator Hive. And so if you were an educator using this, you are able to view the newest and most popular templates. So you could see ones that are already created that you could grab as ideas. You can find, so maybe we need to do some Google Classroom stuff and we're looking at how do we embed all of this together. So there's just different ones that are already created. You could view what presentations might look like here. You could have your assignments posted, events, different resources. Your students are able to also access this, and maybe they're creating a Smore to demonstrate their learning to you just as a different form of presentation. So if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact me.